We have all the injury news and updates that you need to be aware of heading into week 10 of the NFL regular season. But before I get into it, if you could take a second, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you don't already so you know when new videos like this go live. Let's get into it. Start off with some players from the Thursday night game. We have quarterback for the Chicago Bears, Justin Fields, who is listed doubtful for Thursday night's game due to the thumb injury. Reports say he's still having a hard time gripping the ball and has yet to be medically cleared. So it's looking like Tyson Bagent will get the start for the Bears yet again. Also for the Chicago Bears, running back Khalil Herbert has returned from the IR. He was a full participant in practice on Tuesday, but is listed questionable. So you're going to want to monitor his status leading up to kickoff on Thursday. On the Carolina Panthers side of the ball, wide receiver DJ Chark is listed doubtful for Thursday night's game due to an elbow injury. In his absence, Jonathan Mingo becomes a viable fantasy option. Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase is questionable for this week's game due to back soreness. Head coach Zach Taylor said he's likely to be limited in practice on Wednesday if he practices at all. So I do think there's a chance that he might sit this week. So you're going to want to monitor his stats throughout the week. If he's unable to suit up, Tyler Boyd becomes a viable fantasy option in an appealing matchup against the Houston Texans. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray is expected to make his season debut this week, bearing any setbacks at practice. He's coming off of that ACL injury, but all signs point to the Cardinals getting back their franchise quarterback this week. Also for the Cardinals, running back James Conner has been designated to return from the IR. His 21-day practice window has opened. It's unsure if he's going to be able to suit up this week, but it's looking like the Cardinals get back some of their star players. The Atlanta Falcons have named quarterback Taylor Heinicke as their starting quarterback for the second week in a row. It's looking like the Falcons are going to roll with Taylor Heinicke as their starting quarterback for the rest of the season, officially benching Desmond Ridder. Also for the Falcons, wide receiver Drake London, who missed last week's game due to a groin injury, was limited in practice on Wednesday. Reports say he's trending in the right direction. He is listed questionable for this week's game, so you're going to want to monitor his status leading up to the weekend. Minnesota Vikings running back Cam Akers is out for the season after tearing his Achilles during last week's game. In his absence, Ty Chandler should see an increase in playing time. But some good news for the Vikings. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson has been designated to return from the IR. His 21-day practice window has opened. Reports say he's unlikely to play this week, but we should see Justin Jefferson back on the field in the next couple weeks. The Tennessee Titans have found themselves the new starting quarterback, naming Will Levis as their starting quarterback going forward. Ryan Tannehill will back up Will Levis, but Tennessee Titan fans have to be happy about the move. Also for the Titans, wide receiver Treylon Burks is doubtful for this week's game due to a concussion. Houston Texans running back Dameon Pierce did not practice on Wednesday due to the ankle injury that held him out of last week's game. You're going to want to monitor his practice stats throughout the week. If he's unable to suit up, Devin Singletary becomes a viable fantasy option. Also for the Houston Texans, wide receiver Robert Woods, who missed last week's game due to a foot injury, did not practice on Wednesday. If he's unable to suit up this week, Noah Brown becomes a viable fantasy option. And that's going to do it for us today. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Until next time, line 'em up.